Okay, so it's pretty much after hours. Just kind of giving an update on the store. A lot has happened since my last video, so yeah, things are going pretty good. Still don't get paid to work here, but eventually that'll happen. Really, the last big money thing, besides all the stock we're always having to re-up on, is just the carpet. If I want to put carpet here, and I know everybody's gonna say, well, you should do this or you should do that, but I've looked at every single option out there, and it cost me about 500 bucks to put large carpet tiles down. Use double-sided stick tape so that I can take those tiles with me when I leave. So yeah, and then the window tinting has been done, the graphics have been done. I've got an eyebrow there, but we've got an awning there anyway, so instead of having to seam all that up, I just left the eyebrow, reverse eyebrow. So it's not too bad. I like it. It keeps the sunlight out when it's hot. Now it's turned cold, so that's that. So the update, I've got to hang this board. So I've got to find a place to hang it first, really. But this is our new juice bar. It's an actual real bar. So that actually is what it's supposed to be now. We got our CE4 holder from France, and so that's a one-of-a-kind there. Nobody has one like it, and we're pretty proud of that. We upgraded all of our tanks from the SmokeTech RBCs to the Aspire BVCs. And we got a bad batch, so most of them leak, unfortunately. I'm still waiting on my supplier to take care of me on that. Hopefully that happens real soon. I have hung all 4 of my shelves that I bought at the thrift shop right there on the back of the wall. As you can see, upgraded my monitor to a flat panel so it looks less cluttered there. I have a bunch of the bolt bins there for putting stuff in. Turned out really good. All I had to do on those 2 bottom shelves there to hold those bins securely is put L brackets in so that they are double secured. Otherwise they would have fell down. They were starting to with just one. So but another update is that we have 4 cabinets now instead of 2. So we've got all of our rebuildables in there, our drip tips in there, our variable voltage stuff, all of our batteries and things there. This is kind of like an overflow. We do sell used items, so sometimes we sell my used items, sometimes we sell customers' used items. So we wanted to offer that so that some people that can't afford brand new would be able to afford to upgrade at a decent price. So we've got our used there. Our cabinet, we were supposed to get a Harley Davidson cabinet, but it looks like that's a flop. Basically the guy had to put it on a pallet and shrink wrap it, and he didn't want to do that, so he gave me most of my money back. So it's an unfortunate incident. I really wanted that diamond plated Harley Davidson checkout counter, but didn't end up with it. Still might be able to get it, but it just depends on if that guy ever changes his mind and does what he's supposed to do. You know, we didn't know about that in the beginning, so it's not really all on him, you know, but from what UPS told me, the rep, I gave him all the measurements, and the measurements didn't work out. It was really simple. What do you do if you work at UPS besides ship things? I mean, I don't understand why it was such a big deal. I called FedEx, and within 2 minutes I knew that it needed to be on a pallet and shrink wrapped, but 2 weeks later the guy at UPS was still unaware that he needed to have it on a pallet and shrink wrapped. So the driver showed up and he wouldn't pick it up. So that's how that fell through. So we're trying. Hopefully this guy will do it. He said he was going to do it, and now I haven't heard from him for a couple weeks. So that's a pretty big downer because I really like that cabinet. But anyways, we got our mechs in there, and we've got our starter case here. The starter case is pretty much all Ego stuff, so these would be the other two cases. Pretty cool thing happened for these two cases. One was that I had sold my Bowflex to an elderly lady that wanted to try to get back into shape. Then she decided she wanted her spare room back, so she said that if she took it and donated it, that she would have to take it apart and deliver it. So if I was to take it apart and haul it off, I could have it back for free. So on Craigslist, I found somebody that was selling 2 display cases right around the corner, might trade. So before I even picked up the Bowflex from that lady's house, I was actually had made a trade for these display cases. So they were $200 a piece. The guy gave me 1 display case for the Bowflex, and I paid $200 for the other one. So pretty cool. It came out really good. So basically, this is my storefront. I know it kind of looks all pieced together, and it would have looked a lot better with that checkout counter. It would have really matched a lot better. But that's that. I mean, that's really all I can do. It was a $40 cabinet at the thrift store, so that's that. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Over here, we've got our cover for the coffee station. That cover just kind of like, it's a place to put it. It's actually for when we do shows. So when we do shows, we've got a sun canopy. So, and when we're not doing shows, the canopy will be here. So that's that. It's actually a barbecue grill awning, or whatever you want to call it. So it was pretty cheap. It's like $100. So it wasn't too bad at all, really. And it's, I think it's like 10 foot by 5 foot or something like that. So it's pretty good. It's good enough to put my fold-up table under there and a couple of chairs. So that's that. The fish tank I was gonna put in the display case. It was gonna be in the Harley Davidson checkout counter because it had a glass display in the center. It was gonna look really pimp, and so I'm still kind of heartbroken about that, but it is what it is. I actually ended up getting a 42-inch flat screen from a pawn shop because they couldn't figure out how to tighten up the stand on it. It was like leaning forward too far, and it was also like wobbly to the. It was leaning to the side and forward. So I got it for 118 bucks. So that's helping keep the kids from going stir crazy being here, and the office area is still there. Probably shouldn't have bought both of these, but they came as a pair for 20 bucks. So, and these older chairs, man, these are the most comfortable chairs on the planet. I mean, I don't know what happened to the materials these days, but I mean, you sit in that thing, you sink down in it, and it's amazingly comfortable. So that's my game chair, the one that my daughter's sitting in right now. So as you can see, I just really needed one, but this one's here for now. Probably gonna go ahead and remove that because we really don't need it with these 2 tables. Been trying to give away that extra monitor, that huge one that we upgraded from for printing our juice bottle labels, and nobody really even wants it for free. I bought it at a thrift store, so I guess I'll just go ahead and give it back to the same thrift store I bought it from. They can sell it again. That the right person will come and get it. So that's pretty much it. It's always a work in progress, but I think that I'm doing pretty darn good for where I come from anyway. I still can't get 100% great reviews, but that's okay. It's alright. We're working on it. We're trying. And I know somebody said that couch was kind of unsightly, so hopefully maybe this is a better setup here. I just basically L'd it off, and on back down that way and to the right will be our lab. So it's a pretty nice sized lab. We haven't outgrown it yet, so we're doing pretty good there. And the juice bar was pretty much a necessity because the back of that desk was so tall. I had to walk around all of these cases every time somebody needed help. So now nobody will have to walk around anymore. So it'd be nice. You could just take that and you can stick it underneath the bar area, so that it's not just sitting there all the time. So if somebody wants to actually try the flavors, you could just pull out the stand and there you go, you got it. And then we just keep our batteries up there now because some people walk out with them. So, you know, I think it's more, it's easier for people to walk out with stuff if you just leave it unattended and right out in the open like that. Somebody needs a tank, they'll just snag on a tank, you know. And so we're trying to stop that from happening any way we can. We actually got a camera system in now, and we did put up warning labels for people because it was happening more often than I wanted it to. So there is one other addition too that I'm kind of proud of that I need to get hung up somewhere too, and that would be this. And I'd say that holds true more for us because of our competition pretty much dominating and the attitude of the people that shop at that vape shop. I mean, you can pretty much notice them a mile away. Some people are nice in general, but the stuck up, the rudeness, and oh, I can get that cheaper online bull crap. You're gonna get that. Unfortunately, if you're not the only vape shop in town, and you weren't first, you're gonna get that more. Especially more than the people who were first. So that's something right there. Pretty much you can just say, hey, enough said, you know. So I thought that was pretty cool, so I got that. But anyways, this is a long video. I'm gonna go ahead and conclude it. This is our store. We're still putting in nothing short of 100% effort, and we're still enjoying it. And it's gonna eventually take off, and it's gonna be the way that we always envisioned it. So it's just one small step at a time. Thanks for watching.